Jesus in whatever mold they want in order to sell it.
Yeah.
That, you know, Jesus is the guy who's going to be right there with you when you go out and get drunk, because we know you're going to. And I realize that that's not saying that Jesus advocates you getting drunk. You know, it's really a compassionate, it's really a compassionate message that in the difficult times, he'll be there with you. The problem is, and this, you know, I realize that this bugs some people that I say this. There's no good reason to think that any of it's true. And by convincing people that it is true, you have done them harm. Because instead of equipping them with the tools that they need to deal with reality responsibly, for example, to not go out and get so drunk that they need an invisible friend, to help equip them to face the situations that come up in life responsibly, with rational thought, and not relying on the fact that God's going to be there with them and he's going to sort it out and everything else, you've done them harm. They're willingly buying into something that has no basis in truth, or at least no demonstrable basis in truth. I mean, if God's demonstrated himself to you, that's great. Next time you talk to him, ask him why he doesn't do it for the rest of us. But it's much better in the long run to teach people how to cope with reality on reality's terms. I mean, it's wonderful to think you're going to live forever. It's wonderful to think that Granddad is up there in heaven looking down on you and appreciating the events that take place in your life, and that someday you will be able to visit with him again. But there's no good reason to think that it's true. And by equipping people with that kind of mindset, the way your brain works is you're constantly developing a tool set that allows you to evaluate reality, evaluate claims, make decisions. And the more polluted your brain gets with bad information, the worse your decisions are going to be. And this is as close to factual certainty as you're going to get, that the more your brain understands truth and reality, the better equipped you are to make decisions in reality. As soon as you start adding in the junk, and some of it may be relatively harmless, some of it may make you feel incredibly good, but I'd rather know that my beliefs are true or most likely true. I'd rather know that I have eliminated as many false or likely false beliefs as possible than feel good about my beliefs. There's no guarantee that reality is something where you're going to feel good. Life's tough sometimes, and it's cruel. But the best way to learn how to deal with it is to deal with it on its own terms and not hit your knees or put your hands together. I mean, you know, praying may make you feel better. I'm not opposed to people, you know, praying in general, because I think mostly what you end up doing is something along the lines of meditation or clearing your head, or, you know, oh, I've lost my car keys. Oh, let me stop for a second, and please, God, please tell me where I put my car keys. Oh, I just can't remember where my car keys are. Well, what are you really doing? Are you really talking to some supernatural being that's going to tell you where you lost your car keys? Or are you trying to calm yourself down and focus your brain into remembering where you put your car keys? Is it really a miracle that you end up finding them? Are you so, I mean, have you got this weird amnesia where, you know, you can't possibly remember it on your own, so God's got to come in and plant the thought for you?
And he hit him in the first place.
Yeah.
Why didn't... Why is God hiding your car keys?
By the way, they're on the counter behind that can. They just got moved a little bit. You'll find them. No problem.